My first tattoo was this specter guy, and I'm gonna do the old tattoo trick because you can barely see it. It was the week I turned 18 years old, and my parents, of course, wouldn't let me get inked before I turned 18. And so the week I turned 18, I went and I picked this, the first tattoo I got, and the last one that I ever picked off the wall, like flash art. And then I realized, oh, you can get your own like art put on yourself, you know. My second tattoo, which was on this side, I kind of did the boom, boom, and then boom, boom, you know. Over the years, it became sleeves. It wasn't a conscious decision to be a sleeved guy or something. And yeah, this was a band from New Jersey called Lethal Aggression, and a punk band. And I had the artist work with the skull and shape it a little different and put the triple X, which was a nickname of mine back in the day, triple X, because I tripped a lot. So they call me Trips. I used LSD. I'm not ashamed of it. I have no regrets. I still do sometimes. Most recent one is this one here on my neck. Like, I was so scared, I resisted the neck for the longest time, and just until the tour before last, James Robinson in Nashville, I let do this tattoo on my neck. And it stands for, it's occult symbolism of earth, air, fire, and water. And it also has these zodiacal signs of, my side project is called the Apocalypse Blues Revival, and it's the singer, guitar player, bass player, and myself are the zodiac signs for each guy that pertain to earth, air, fire, water. I'm in the occult sciences though. I studied the last 20 years in the occult. I'm covered in pentacles and pentagrams. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that one. I just, you know, it's earth, air, fire, water, spirit is what a pentagram is. So this one is actually a pentagram also, but it's the occult symbols of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. My first drum tech ever, Al Carr, had stolen magic in practice and theory from a library. Well, he didn't steal it. He checked it out and just never gave it back, and then gave it to me. And I still have that book in my occult library, which I collect those things, and so I have an original hardback of it now too. But I have this paperback thumbed. I've read it 20 times over the last 20 years, 30 years, and it has the library card still in it from the Maryland Library that he got it. So that's a special book. And I also did this thing in which this Lethal Aggression tat, my Pink Floyd tat, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then this pharaoh. I had them all, you can see how they kind of stand out a little. I had them all outlined. And then over the years, the outlines, the lines got all thick, and now so I've decided that, you know, I'm gonna just remember each moment, you know, of each tattoo and not worry about trying to make them pretty as I get old, because I'm not getting prettier. That's for damn sure. And, but I'll also say that each and every tattoo, like some people like to get from the same artist. They find an artist they love, he's the best, I'm gonna go to him. I've always tried to go to different guys every time, and not all just famous guys. I've got a lot of legendary guys, Freddie Negretti, Hanky Panky, that have tattooed me, but I find myself, some of my favorite tattoos are kind of shitty tattoos that I just got in Vegas or wherever I'm at. Like, you know, and it's an important one. This is my daughter's name on my chest, and now you can barely read it. And I got that 20 years ago. But if I had to say my very favorite tattoo, I'll wet it up for you, but my dad died of cancer. Cancer sucks, hashtag, you know, roll it up. But he got this tattoo, this mermaid, in 1952 when he was in the Navy. And I took a picture of it as he laid on his deathbed and told him I'm gonna get this tattooed in memory. So I put, you know, in memory of Dad. And the only difference I did was I made the rack better, because on my dad's it was just a W with 2 dots. That's how they did titties back then, you know. And now they can have little nipples and everything. So that's the only thing I changed. Everything else is perfect. My most interesting story of getting tattooed, a legendary guy, Hanky Panky, in Amsterdam. Very, very legendary tattoo artist, particularly in Europe. And I was in a band called Ugly Kid Joe, and I found myself in Holland at an MTV event in which my singer and guitarist, Whit and Klaus, were doing an MTV soccer thing they were involved in. I was just there hanging out. So as they got sent to the dressing rooms to, dress up and get ready for the game, I went outside to the beer line, and as I'm standing in the beer line, this big dude comes up, says his name is Hank. He has no ticket. And I'm like, he saw my pass, and I'm like, well, I can escort you in with me. Oh, I'll buy you a beer. Cool. So I take him in. As we're sitting there watching the match, we started to get friendly, and he's like, oh, I had a couple tattoos. If you're interested in getting a tattoo, I have a shop downtown in Amsterdam. I'm like, I have a day off tomorrow. I'll be there. It turns out I get there, is Hank here? Oh, Hanky Panky. And of course I went, Hanky Panky. I knew the name. He was famous. And he's also known for his very hard, deep black line tattoo work, and he's painful. And the one I wanted was from the Ugly Kid Joe band, so I got Ugly on my back by Hanky Panky, and in bones. But and so Hank also has or had, he's retired now. And he had a tattoo museum in which he had like skulls from Aboriginal dudes that had tattoos, and they'd tap it so hard on their faces and stuff. These actual skulls, you could see the tribal tattoos that chipped their skulls. Like you could see them. The museum's still there. Hank is retired, but if you're ever in Amsterdam, check out the tattoo museum. It's amazing.